Reddit. What's a secret your job keeps from the public? Olive Garden server. You can get 3 free wine samples every time you go. When I was a server, you could get as many as you wanted if you weren't a donkey. And I pour heavy. I Jeff. A story from a friend of mine. She went to lunch with her mother and mother's husband, both a bit snooty, at Olive Garden, and the husband ordered a glass of wine. I guess the server poured a generous glass and husband said, "Oh my dear, it's not classy to pour more than a half glass at any one time." The fantastic waitress just shrugged and said, "Sorry about that, sir. I tend to pour them like I drink them," and walked away. Funny that the husband didn't have enough self-awareness to realize that it's also not classy to dine at Olive Garden. No hate on Og, but it's not really an upscale restaurant, is it? That's exactly my first thought in this story. Let's not pretend Og, which I personally love, is some 5-star New York authentic Italian restaurant. I work at a major chemical plant upriver from a major city. If it came out how old, run down, and poorly maintained literally all of the equipment that we use to make sure that hundreds of millions of gallons of contaminated water don't leak or straight up spill into the river, the EPA would shut every plant on the river down. However, the EPA is aware of how inefficient and poorly disposed all our waste products are. The plant I work for has a yearly budget dedicated to paying fines. That's terrible, but not anything I wouldn't expect. I work at a cemetery, and I can confirm that the concrete or metal vaults that the casket goes inside of in the ground do not keep the caskets from getting wet. Actually, they do the opposite and just hold water inside. The sales team will always try to paint a nice picture in your head of what the casket/vault combo will look like in the ground, and it's a complete lie. One of many lies in the cemetery/funeral business. At the hospital they have secret employees. I'm one who walk around to make sure doctors and nurses sanitize their hands before entering and exiting a patient's room. You'd be surprised how many don't follow protocol and end up getting written up in a day. Interesting. How do you dress, if I may ask? No, I'm not a medical professional, just curious. Close bracket. Head to toe in bondage, dear, I would imagine. Hello, yes, we are the hygiene gymps. You've been bad doctors. The chicken bites aren't cooked to order. The fries look docker today, not because they are extra crispy, but because the shift manager was too lazy to change the oil, which should be changed every 5 hours. The house sauce is just mayo, ketchup, paprika, and pickle brine. The sticky patch outside the bathroom might be pea, sour pickle brine, or sweet pickle brine. Sour. Now guess where I work, D. All of our videos are made by the same people in the same building, and we just change the text/logo. All of the interviews are scripted too. They literally feed the lines to the subjects. Because they don't want to pay us a fair wage or give us benefits, we also don't have to sign anything, meaning no NDA. Dodo/Thrillist/now this. Edit. Wow, I literally just got fired. It's not because of this post. I just think the timing is hilarious. What you get fired for? Don't leave us hanging, please. No worries if you can't say why. Honestly, it was a long time coming. I was very unhappy here, and they could tell. Everyone I worked with was actually great, minus producers and clients, but making branded content every day was soul crushing. It was for the post, but the company doesn't want to admit they stalk their employees' social media. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Most of the time all it takes for a free upgrade is being polite. My manager will literally ask us, are they being nice? Unless it's the weekend/a show night. Then we literally do not have the availability. Yes, even if it's a show that you are not personally interested in going to. For everyone asking what I do, just assume it's like this everywhere, because it usually is. One time my wife and I took a week-long trip to Las Vegas. This was when the Aladdin Hotel had just been open about a year or so, and we got a good deal on a room there. Went to check in with all our luggage. A nice desk clerk told us that our room wasn't ready. We could leave our luggage there behind the front desk and to check back in an hour or so. We literally had nowhere we wanted to go right then, and both desperately wanted to just get to our room, shower, and change clothes as it had been a very long day. We had got up at like 2 AM, drove 2 hours the airport. You get the idea. After an hour of sitting in the bar, we checked back. She apologized and said it still wasn't ready. I said that's cool, we'll just continue hanging at the bar. Another hour goes by, I go up there to check, and now she's on the phone with housekeeping, and is visibly pissed off. They are telling her 2 more hours before our room is ready. I told her that's okay, we got here really early, and we'll just go, do some stuff on the strip, and come back like 5 PM or so. She said wait, you know what? You're exactly the kind of people I like to help. Tell you what, I'm upgrading you to a strip suite for your entire stay, at the same price of your room. Here are your keys. It was a huge upgrade, and it was great. Our room overlooked the Bellagio fountains, and had floor-to-ceiling windows even in the bathroom. So we stayed in a multi-room suite for a week for like $800 total. We are supposed to be teaching information literacy, but none of us really checks to see if our students' sources are legit or not. Edit. A lot of people are commenting about Turnitin. We use safer sign. Those are only capable of flagging for plagiarism. What I'm talking about is checking to see if when a student cites a source for a claim, if that source actually said it, and if that source is at all reliable. There's no software for that. I knew it. I can put in about 6 to 7 hours per week per course, and that includes time in class. If I want to return papers in just 1 week, I'm spending maybe 20 minutes on each. No way can I look up any sources. Hey, I don't blame you at all. Goodwill has their own landfills for things that don't sell. Things sit on shelves for weeks with continuous price decrease, then one last shot at selling at the outlet stores, where everything is priced per pounds. Also, I was just saying, that cause of the title. Don't get me wrong, their programs and community work they do is great. I love going to Goodwill and seeing IKEA furniture priced higher than it is brand new. Of course IKEA costs more at Goodwill, it's been assembled already. That's a huge time saver. /s. I think. The bed bugs are just an added bonus. Immediately triples in value. Maybe /s. But who knows? I price things high because everyone asks for deals. It's much faster to do that and say yes than price correctly and have people loudly rant at me about how we are ripping people off and ask for the manager. I don't have a job, but back when I was 12 to 15, I would sometimes help out with a family businesses which was selling coffee and twisted chips. When we first started, the thing that attracted people was that we would always have baked goods up for grabs and everyone loved it. The reality was that we bought it all from Costco. If you don't know what Costco is, it's a wholesale store in a huge warehouse building, put it in different packaging, and played it off as if we made them ourselves. This went on for 2 years within the business. That's extremely common. Half the lunch trucks I've eaten off have Costco muffins that they sell. TBH, those muffins are pretty dank. Oh for sure. Best mass-produced muffin I've had. Absolutely. The tops though, everything else is okay. Receptionist, calling to reschedule you due to schedule constraints, or because the doctor is suddenly traveling usually just means they decided to take the day off on a whim and now we need to clear off the schedule. The time that I'm not fine with that is when it's already 3 months between my neurology appointments and they call 1 week ahead of time, tell me the doctor wants the afternoon off, and then reschedule me for 3 months from that time. So now 6 months between appointments. I understand needing time off, but don't punish me and my health because of it. Sorry, rant over. TBH, I'm okay with that because doctors have lives too. I'm not a doctor. I don't even work in healthcare. I can call in sick at my job, or decide to take a day off and someone else can cover, or I can work off my phone for urgent stuff. The average programmer and it guy is just better at googling things than you are. Bartender here, when it comes to wine half the time we make up what we are telling you. Oh, the Chilean cab is a bit earthier with fruity notes, whereas the California is a dry botanical. It should also be known that I work in an Irish pub and not a 5-star wine house. Wine people are the goddamn worst snobs in the world and I will say whatever makes them stop talking to me. Edit. Just remembered this. Anytime someone sends back a glass and asks me to open a fresh bottle, I pour from the exact same bottle. Has never failed, and they always smile and thank me. When you leave a tip on the DoorDash app, it always benefits DoorDash, but rarely benefits the driver. In my location, a tip of $5 or less does not increase a driver's pay, ever. A tip of $5 or less goes directly to the company's bottom line. The driver's bottom line is not increased a single penny. A $6 tip will result in a maximum increase of $1 for your driver, usually less however. The first $5 of every tip only benefits the company. The short-term solution: tip in cash or use Grubhub. The long-term solution: start or join a class action lawsuit. The courts have defined the concept of tipping in the past, and DoorDash is not applying diner tips according to generally accepted practices. Phantasma here, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to sub for more.